There was some sort of a warning about the power going out, right?
Yeah, in the U.S. we have 3 grids. All 3 grids are fucked, right? The East and the West and the Texas grids. Power grids shut down. What happens? You can't transport shit, right? You can't get cash. Fuel doesn't get to the gas stations. Food doesn't get to the stores. Heat issues, obviously. Water supplies. They were never built to withstand physical attacks. They certainly were never designed to withstand a cyber attack. And that's where the next big battle's going to be fought. They're going to bring it to the home.
The problem is we need double the energy we currently have in the United States. Can you imagine? You don't have to hook into the grid, which is old and, could be taken out. If it's taken out, they wouldn't have any electricity.
Large blackout affecting the entire or a large portion of the United States of America. Imagine what that's like. You walk outside, you turn on your phone, there's no signal. You turn on the faucet, no water. You turn on the fridge, no refrigeration, your food starts to spoil. You walk outside, cars pile up, no street lights. Within 3 to 5 days, the food is gone from the grocery stores. And the trucks that the city counts on to resupply that food aren't coming. The sewage system starts to overflow and contaminates what remains of the water supply, and people start getting cholera. Societal order starts to break down. There's mass evacuations. The emergency responders have now left.
Hey, Shalom, it's your brother Yonathan, all right? First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. What's been a common theme in the media, in cinematography and movies? What's been a common theme the past few years, okay? The grid's going down, America's faulty grid system, and how we could put the whole country, the supply chain, in complete disarray. Now, when you deal with Esau, he believes in predictive programming, all right? So he's going to tell you what he's going to do before it happens. In Satanism, which they're Satanists, they believe to absolve themselves from the judgment that comes along with their evil actions, that if they tell the people what they're about to do, they're not held accountable for it, okay? Which the Lord doesn't see it that way. But this is what they believe. So they'll put out in the media, they'll put out in movies what they're getting ready to do before they do it. Now you think back to 2019, what did you have? You had an exercise that the government ran here called Crimson Contagion, which was a simulation of how the government would respond if there was a worldwide pestilence that broke out. That was a year before the pandemic. So this common theme that's being spoken of in media and in movies, you got the show on Netflix, the brother Benaiah introduced me to it. I haven't really got all the way into it yet, but I'm gonna watch it. It's called 0 Day. You had the movie I forgot the guy's name. It'll come to me later. But he had the Airbnb and the Edomite family came in. I forgot the name of the movie. Maybe one of you guys can put it on the comment board. But this theme, right, has been reiterated to you, and that predictive programming has been given to the people. Now, the purpose of that, all right, because this devil's motivation isn't money. His motivation is to usurp control over the people, to be like the Most High, right? So he creates the problem, the people react to it, he comes with the solution, okay? And that solution gives him what? More control, strips the people of their liberties. You see, this is how he does things. The same thing happened with the 911, all right? Now, what is the solution in this time that he's gonna come with? The solution that he's gonna come with is the charagma, the MOTB, all right? The changing of the monetary system, the changing of how you get goods, the changing of how you get paid, the changing of how you function within society, the changing of how you buy and sell, as stated in Revelation 13-16. Now, if you're a believer and you're not properly warned about these things, you're going to be ill-equipped during that time to resist and stand against the evildoer. This is why the elder here in the Dallas camp, Elder Yazazak, says what? The Bible is for the prophets. You have a lot of people that know they're Israelites, and they may be great teachers. They can go into topics and teach. but they're not prophets. They're not able to go into prophecy in great detail, nor are they concerned with it. And they're just playing their part in the movie. But if you need to be equipped to withstand the wiles of the devil and keep your salvation intact, all right, to obtain that goal, which is what this is all about, you need to know what things like the MOTB is, and it needs to be reiterated to you on a regular basis. The question then becomes, are the people that you're learning from, are they reiterating those things to you? Is it a constant theme of, hey, watch out for this, look, it's playing out, it's happening? Okay? But our people, man, they look at this thing as a fad, something just to be a part of. It isn't a standard that they live by. It isn't the avenue to immortality like it is for the remnant, the elect of the nation of Israel. I'm a part of that number. Now, anyone with common sense, you're realizing these things, you're going to ask yourself, what are going to be the living conditions when the grid does go down? Because this is one of the things that's going to create that day of darkness that the Lord talks about in Amos. This is one of the things that's going to create the most horrific day, you know, as mentioned in Matthew 24 and 21, as mentioned in Daniel 12 and 1, right? So let's go get some precepts and talk about the reality of the situation that's going to be playing out in the earth during that time. Now, when you go to 2nd Ezra, I believe it's the 16th chapter, right? Let's go get it. It talks about sedition, and we get this precept all the time, okay? The 15th chapter, Salaki. When you go to 2nd Ezra 15 and 14, all right, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. In the midst of all this chaos, yeah, the devil's going to come with a solution, but he's also going to come with great wrath. The scriptures say the enemy is going to come in like a flood. Now, how is one going to be protected from these conditions that are playing out in the earth? Well, in Zephaniah 2 and 3, it states what? Seek righteousness, seek meekness, so that you may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. That's the only way out of this. You have a lot of people, especially 2/3 of our people, they're in this adolescent mentality that they're invincible, that they can't be touched. That won't happen to me. I'll be okay. The only way you're going to evade the destruction that's coming on this place is if the Lord is with you. Is if Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is with you. Okay? Now, verse 15 states what? It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. So people are going to be invading one another. They're going to need resources. When the rig goes down, guess what stops? The food stops, the medicine stops. Okay? You're not going to be going to work, and it's not going to be regular. It's going to be a purge scenario on a completely different level than what you even seen on the movie. Women are going to become a part of the bartering system. There's not going to be resources. All these people in America, man, they're addicts. They don't eat every couple hours, they'll lose it. If they don't have access to fast, cheap entertainment, they'll lose it. Most of these people, they don't even know themselves. They don't have a purpose, really, in life. They might give you some bullshit answer, but they don't really have a purpose in life. They have no direction. So when all the things that have been used to blind them is stripped from them, they're going to be in a psychotic state. Most of these people are a few bad days away from being complete demonic entities. They're just full of parasites. They're addicted to everything. And when it's all stripped away at once, they'll be willing to do anything to gratify their flesh. So here in verse 16, it says, for there should be sedition, all right, total disregard for the government, anarchy. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. There's going to be martial law. There's going to be checkpoints. It's going to get to a point to where, hey, man, you can't even go from place to place. And say that you had that mark, you won't be able to buy or sell or function in that buy or sell entails a lot. When you talk about Revelation 13:16, it entails it's an umbrella that covers a bunch of different aspects of life. That buy or sell is just basically illustrating to you, you won't be able to function in the society here. The grid going down is going to be a part of all that, man. Let's go to Amos. So we go to Amos 5:18. I'll start at 15 actually. It says what? Hate the evil and love the good. Establish judgment in the gate, all right? The leadership should be judging righteous judgment according to what the Lord has stated. Okay? And the leadership, layer by layer, is being revealed in this time. All these other groups with fringes on that's not concerned about the kingdom, that's not concerned with the Lord's business, they're being exposed. And it's becoming more and more and more evident who the Lord's men actually are. Okay? Continuing on. It may be that the Lord God of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Therefore, the Lord God of hosts, the Lord saith thus, wailing shall be in the streets. Wailing. I want to look up that word wailing in Amos 5:16 and see what we get. Let's look up wailing here. Because that's not a normal cry. So you say wailing, it says lamp to lament. Mourning, wailing. Now I want to look up wailing on the Google. Crying in pain, grief, and anger. A howling. that's not a regular cry. People, you're gonna hear all kinds of noises during that day. You know, when you see the nigga woman falling out over the casket at a funeral, that's going to be a common sound in that day. All right, Amos 5:16. Wailing shall be in all the streets, and they shall say in all the highways, alas, alas. And they shall call the husbandmen to mourning, and such as were skillful of lamentation to wailing. And all the vineyards shall be wailing, for I will pass through thee. All the vineyards shall be wailing. Lack of resources there. Verse 18, it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. So there's a lot of people that know they're Israelites, but they're not spiritually prepared for what comes with that. And the Lord's not going to cover them in that day. There's going to be a lot of people who knew they were Israelites who even knew the Lord's name. All right? But they're going to hear that phrase, depart from me, I never knew you. All right? You guys know the precept. Lord, did not we cast out devils in your name? They knew the name, but the Lord wasn't dealing with them. He wasn't covering them. So destruction is coming to those people. You right? So this is Amos 5, and these people, there's a whole sidewalk in front of me, but they intentionally walk behind me. Low level. I don't mind that the Lord's going to kill majority of these people. I don't, you know. Most of these people need death, and when you understand how death works, you know it's not final. They, you know, especially for our nation, you know, they'll be brought back and made right. But majority of these people got to go. They're complete degenerates in the mind. They're spiritually dead, and they're all for the satanistic vibration that's being pushed. So, yeah, they got to go. Amos 5:18 again from the top. It says, woe unto you, woe meaning destruction. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And it's going to be a dark time. People are going to be disconnected from everything that comforts them. When you're in darkness, you're disconnected from the things around you. Okay? It's going to be literally dark. You know, and metaphorically dark for the people. It's going to be a dark time. Okay? Verse 19. as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, and went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him, representing escaping one life-threatening situation only to run into the next. Constant peril. That's what's being illustrated to you in that verse. You understand me? So people, they have completely no idea the reality that's coming to this place. This is a beautiful day. A lot of these people, the kids are out here at the park. They got the little toy train going. You know, it's a beautiful day, man. It's a nice day at the park. This is going to be one of the last decent memories these people have. Because this thing is about to get hectic for them. Okay? But we know this destruction is coming as a cleansing agent. They don't. They have nothing to hope for. When everything goes to shit, they have nothing to persevere through the shit for. We know we have to endure unto the end that we might be saved, that it's a part of the test. They don't know that. So they're going to fold and be willing to do whatever is necessary. Jeez Louise, that's Rosie O'Donnell. They're going to be willing to do whatever to gratify that flesh, man. They have no spiritual fight. They haven't been in the spiritual gym. And these people are going to lose. Don't be a part of that number. Verse 20, Amos 5:20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Okay, these people are through. They have no clue, especially the Christians. Yeah, I'm picking on you niggas. You have no clue what the fuck is going on. Yep, so Abarat Zazah, man, the lesson was edifying. Want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers, and of course the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.